Somebody's sending me messages. Right now is not a good time to send me messages, okay? Because I'm making a live video on Facebook. So I can't answer your messages. So chill out, we'll talk later. Now, where was I? Oh, I just got here. So where am I? Well, I'm on the road. I'm on a road. Away from the house where I live and the community where I live, and onward to other things further on. Now, how are things going? How are things going for you guys? You know, it's 88 degrees here in Orlando. It's 88 degrees. Maybe it's going to rain later. I don't know. The clouds are looking a little darkish. Just a little bit. It might or might not rain, but a little bit darkish. Wouldn't surprise me, you know, if it did rain. During the rainy season here, which starts right about now, it usually rains just about every afternoon for months and months. Right. It's really hot during the day, and then in the afternoon there's a big boomer, big thunderstorm, and then that subsides, and then it cools down a little bit. Hi, Simon. You bet. God bless the UK. Love you guys. Definitely. And great to hear from you, Simon. But yeah, so what's going on? I'll tell you what's going on. Things have been going pretty great, you know, for a long time. I've been working a lot. In fact, I've been working a lot of overtime. I mean, for like almost a year, 3/4 of a year. Every week I've been getting like 12 to 15 hours of overtime at the retail pharmacy where I work. And I'm not going to name the name of the company that I work for. It's 3 letters. The first one is a C, and the last one is an S. And there's another letter in the middle, but I'm not going to name it. But suddenly they yanked the rug out from under all the people who've been working there. And it was really hard. We were getting all this overtime because of the pandemic. And I work in a pharmacy, so a lot of people were coming in for vaccinations. We were vaccinating a lot of people, and so they needed extra help and stuff. You know, extra help, and so we were working the extra hours. I was enjoying the big paychecks, but it was a lot of work. I was exhausted. I was working a lot of hours. Yay! And I wouldn't have minded them cutting back just a little bit, but all of a sudden, and well, the pandemic's kind of subsided, so not as many people are getting vaccinated. We still have a lot of people coming through the pharmacy for testing, COVID testing, because I live in a resort community, and people want to go back home, but they have to be tested for COVID before they can go back home, before they can get on an airplane. So all these people are coming through the drive-through. They come through the drive-through for this, stick a freaking cotton swab up their nose. And you know how it's done. I mean, you probably know. Most of you probably know. Many of you, I'm sure, have been through this. So that's continuing. The vaccines have dropped off, but it's the time of the year where we're getting a lot of tourists, and it's busy, crazy busy. And all of a sudden, the company that I work for, that starts with a C and ends with an S, has decided they're going to cut hours. They're going to cut all the employees' hours. Now, this is a multi-billion-dollar company. I mean, they're so rich, they bought Aetna, and they bought, they bought a lot of stuff. They bought out a lot of other pharmacies and stuff, and they're making a bundle, okay? They're making a bundle. Suddenly, they decide to cut everyone's hours. And suddenly, I hear that my hours, remember, I was getting 52 to 55 hours a week. I can understand if they were cutting it down. I'm a full-time employee. If they were cutting it down to 40 hours, that would hurt, but it's, you know, it would be full-time. But they're not satisfied with that. They're going to cut it even further, and all of a sudden I hear that I'm only scheduled for 15 hours this week. 15 hours. Now, I don't know about you, but I can't make it on 15 hours a week. There's no way. I do have a lot of vacation time. I've been working for this company for over 17 years, so I got like 4 weeks of vacation time. I can start taking vacation days to try to fill the gap. But even still, I believe their own rules, and I'm going to raise hell about this, because I think their own rules are that if you're full-time, you have to get a certain amount of hours means full-time. I don't know what it is anymore. It might be 24, it might be 28 hours. I don't know, but it's more than 15 hours. You can't just suddenly start scheduling full-time employees. Oh, I'm sorry, we're going to schedule you for 15 hours a week. I can't do anything with that. I can't even buy freaking breakfast with 15 hours a week, okay? There's no way I can pay the rent or anything else. So suddenly they decided to do this. And as I said, I'm going to protest this. I'm going to go all the way to the corporate level, and I'm just going to raise hell. Luckily for me, thanks, guy. Well, I don't know, but, I'll be 66 next month. April 20th, I'll be 66. Don't forget to wish me a happy birthday. I could have retired last year at 65. But I'm going to retire, probably, it looks like I'm going to retire this year. I was going to go on longer, but the way this is going, I need to have some sort of a steady check, even if it's on a fixed income. I'm going to have to retire. They're kind of forcing me into retirement is what they're doing. I was going to retire and keep working part-time, like 30 hours a week for this company. But they're limiting this to 15 hours. And that's just not going to work. That's not going to work. So I can still retire in August. I'm looking at August to retire, but I'm going to have to quit, man. It's not worth it. These people, you know what it's all about? Because it's retail. When you're working in a retail pharmacy, you think pharmacy, and we help people who are sick, people who have health problems. Our job is to help people. But this company, they don't care about people. They don't care about sick people. They don't care about anything. All they care about is money. They don't care about the employees. It's a fact. They don't care about the employees. And I worked for this company for over 17 years, about 17 and a half years. It'll be 18 years in November if I last that long with these people. And they could care less about you as a person. All that matters to them is the almighty dollar. So you go to the pharmacy and you think, well, these people care about me, they love me. And we do care. I do care about people that come into the pharmacy and our regular customers and people who need help. I do care. But they don't care. The company, remember retail, it's a retail pharmacy. Retail comes before pharmacy. Pharmacy's here. Retail's way up here, which means it's all about making money. And it is. It is indeed all about making money. And thus they have us making phone calls to people all during the week to convince them to fill their medicines. Maybe they quit. Maybe they haven't taken a particular medicine for a couple of months. Maybe they're not supposed to. Maybe the doctor took them off of that. Some of these people are old and frail. They don't even know what they're supposed to be taking. But they have us calling people up saying, would you like this medicine refilled? They do. And they keep an eye on us to make sure we call people and ask them, you want this filled? You want that filled? You want this filled? Even if they don't need it. What if it's something they shouldn't be taking anymore? What if it's harmful to them now? Nonetheless, we have to do this. Because the more people that buy medicines, the more money the pharmacy, the corporate, the retail pharmacy business is making. As they spend more and more and more and more, and they pay less and less to their employees, and they cut jobs, and they cut hours, and they're all about making money. It's not about caring. They don't care. Sorry, folks, but that's the reality of it. In a retail pharmacy, they're out for your money. They'll even say instead of filling 1 month's worth, why don't we fill 3 months worth? So you get 3 months. This is slightly cheaper than filling 1 month at a time. But if you fill for 3 months, what if you fill for 3 months and suddenly the doctor says, well, you need to quit taking this medicine after a month. Then you're stuck with 2 months worth of medicine that you can't even use. But they made their money. The retail pharmacy made their money. Anyway, because I am retirable, they could care less about me even more. They get new up-and-coming people. I will say this. We got a young up-and-coming pharmacy technician. She was just certified as a pharmacy technician. She was all excited. She worked really hard. All the courses that they have to study, all the work that they have to do to get an on-the-job training, to get to the point where they're certified, they can work in the pharmacy. All of a sudden, bang, here she is working in the pharmacy, and they cut her hours. They had her off 2 days this last week. I don't know what's coming up, but they cut her hours. You know, she worked hard to get to this point, and then suddenly they cut her hours. Here she is with her brand new vocation, and what happens? Pull the rug right out from under you. So they don't care. They really don't. Do I sound like I'm venting? I'm doing more than venting. I'm telling the truth. I'm telling the truth about the way things are with the pharmaceutical or the industry in this country. I'm from someone who's been there for over 17 years. If you need your medicine, yeah, you need your medicine. And don't even get me started on insurance companies and how they will cover this brand, but they won't cover that brand because they're all paying off some company. And you got to use this particular brand because it's from some company that's paying off the insurance company. And, whatever. The doctor prescribes you something, he wants you to take a particular medicine, and the insurance company says, well, that's not covered. It's not part of our formulary. We're not going to pay for it. I have known of people who couldn't afford their medicine, who came in, but it's not covered by the insurance company. And then I remember one guy in particular. 4 days later, he couldn't get his medicine. 4 days later, he died. So that's the health industry in the United States of America. I know it's different elsewhere, but in this country, it's all about the money. It's all about the money. It's all about the almighty dollar. Anyway, they cut my hours way down where I wasn't going to retire, but it looks like I'm going to have to retire. I'll retire, and I'll probably quit this company after all these years of loyalty. And what do they give you? After all these years of loyalty, what do they give you? We're going to cut your hours down to 15 hours a week. And again, I'm going to protest this. You can't pay you can have a full-time employee and pay him 15 hours a week. I'm pretty sure that's against what's allowed, and I'm going to raise a big stink about it. I'm not a guy who is into confrontation, but I know what's right. And sometimes you got to stand up for what's right, people. Sometimes you got to stand up and take a position. Sometimes you have to stand your ground. Sorry to vent on you people. Am I venting? I said I wasn't venting. Maybe I am a little, but anyway. I'm going to survive if I quit these people. I was hoping to stay with this particular company because I've been with them for so long. If I could collect my monthly pension, Social Security, starting in August, and also work part-time. The hourly pay is not bad; it's pretty good, but it has, after 17 years and so many raises. That's another reason. If you've been there that long, they'd rather pay somebody young and upcoming, somebody new they can pay less, than keep paying you old geezer. They don't want to pay you anymore because they're cheap people. They want to pay less, they want to cut hours, they want fewer employees, but they want more money. All about money. Greed drives everything. Did you know I was out for a bike ride, and I just stood here and talked with you guys for what, I don't know, 15 minutes? Well, I am out for a bike ride. I'm looking for alligators. There's alligators on my shirt. I don't know if you can see that. You can probably see that I'm fat as heck, but well, life goes on. I'm definitely not throwing in the towel. I'm just gonna keep right on plugging along. Right, Floyd. Loyalty means nothing to corporations. Nothing. Alright, I'll talk to you later, guys. Thanks for tuning in. waste your time. I just had something to say. Everybody have a great day. Bye-bye.